Oh, Adam Sandler, you big old punching bag for people with good taste in movies. You consistently make dumb comedies that nevertheless make millions each time, and it's allowed you to openly admit that your movies just serve as paid vacations. You're a source of mockery and even outright contempt for the Razzie Awards, the Nostalgia Critic, and yes, even me. But frankly, what I actually dislike the most about you is how you make all these lowest common denominator films when you're so much better than that. Your comedy is occasionally on the mark, and you have genuine talent. You recently made a great children's film, and you've even made a fascinating art house movie. But recently, I finally watched a little film you did in 2007, and I'm convinced that this is possibly my favorite of your performances. Enter the film Reign Over Me. This is a film about a man who meets up with an old college buddy who's still reeling from a terrible tragedy. Alan Johnson is a successful dentist with a family and an established business. One day he notices Charlie Feynman, another dentist, living a simple, childlike existence, blocking out the outside world. Alan is drawn to Charlie, and while it takes a long time for Charlie to even begin talking to Alan, the two begin hanging out. They bond over music, video games, movies, but just like the sword of Damocles, Charlie's past hangs over their heads. Charlie was a dentist once, until a personal tragedy changed him so radically that he literally flees from the only family he's got left. Alan really wants to help Charlie, but he's also got problems of his own. He and his wife are constantly at odds. He's taking care of both his elderly parents. One of his patients tries to seduce him at work. His business partners bully him, and he feels smothered by it all. Excursions with Charlie give him a chance to breathe, but that only serves to strain things even more. The big thing hanging in the balance, however, is Charlie's chance to come to terms with that terrible tragedy which leaves him almost catatonic in an effort to forget about it. There is a lot to like about this movie. The cast is filled with people who know their craft well. Don Cheadle as Alan, Jada Pinkett Smith as his wife, Saffron Burrows as his patient, and Liv Tyler as his therapist. We also get cameos by B.J. Novak and Donald Sutherland in roles that I dare not reveal for fear of spoiling the third act. But what lies at the heart of this film is Adam Sandler as Charlie. His ridiculous surname aside, Charlie feels like a very grounded and tragic version of the kind of guy that Sandler usually plays. Charlie's entire waking life is spent in an effort to block out all memories of that terrible loss he's suffered, but it means he's trapped in an endless search for vintage pop culture and juvenile pursuits. He reverts to that college friendship he had with Alan because it came before the tragedy, and it allows him some comfort through ignorance. And when someone or something reminds him of his immense pain, he loses control and lashes out desperately to make the pain stop. Adam Sandler does a phenomenal job portraying both the innocent man-child and the raw intensity of a broken man's agony. One scene in particular, involving Novak, is especially painful to watch. In a lesser movie, this would be contrived and manipulative, but Sandler's performance allows the scene to work, and it makes for the movie's most memorable moment. Reign Over Me is a movie with real heart, and it examines the themes of self-respect, individuality, trauma, grief, and the possibility of recovery from both these things. It's the Academy Award nomination that Sandler should have gotten. Yes, I do mean that.